Living in your overdraft isn't a habit, it's a trap. Here's the exit. If you've lived in your overdraft for more than a few months, you know the pattern by heart. Salary lands, overdraft clears. For about 2 days, everything feels fine. Then the month happens. Rent, bills, life, and slowly, sometimes faster than you expect, the balance drifts back below zero. By the 24th, you're sitting at minus 400, watching the clock until payday. This isn't a character flaw. It's a structural problem, and structural problems have structural solutions. Today, we're going through every step of the exit plan, not vague advice about spending less. Specific, ordered actions that break this cycle permanently when you follow them in the right sequence. Understanding why the overdraft trap is so sticky is the first step to breaking it. The real issue is timing. Expenses arrive all month long. Income arrives once or twice in big lumps. The overdraft fills the gap. The problem is that for most people living in it, it's not just a timing gap. It's a structural shortfall between what comes in and what goes out. Fixing it means building a buffer. A small amount sitting in your account permanently so that your balance starts the month in positive territory rather than clawing back from zero a moment bills hit. That buffer is what breaks the cycle. Without it, you're just resetting the clock every payday. Step 1 is a proper audit of every outgoing from your account. Not a rough mental estimate. Every single direct debit, standing order, and subscription. Write them down with the amounts and dates. Most people who actually do this find 2 or 3 things they had completely forgotten about. A trial that converted to a paid subscription without any memorable notification. An app they stopped using 6 months ago. A gym they haven't visited since they moved. In our experience, the average person finds between 30 and 80 pounds or dollars per month in outgoings they can cancel immediately without noticing any real difference in their day-to-day life. That's your first win. It costs nothing except 20 minutes of honesty. Step 2 is building what we call the bridge buffer. And this is exactly where most overdraft exit plans fall apart, because people try to do it too fast. You don't need a full month of expenses saved overnight. You need a specific, modest, genuinely achievable amount over a defined period. Target 1 month of essential expenses, just rent and core bills. Work out how much you can realistically put aside each week toward that and automate it. Even 15 or 20 pounds a week adds up. 3 months of 20 pounds a week is 240 pounds. That money sitting in a separate account before payday is the beginning of your buffer. The overdraft cycle literally cannot survive that buffer existing. Step 3 is a psychological trick that genuinely works. Change your mental payday date. If your salary arrives on the 25th, start behaving as though it arrives on the 1st of the following month. On the 25th, move your salary across to a second account and live from that account for the rest of the month. Bills run from your main account on direct debit as normal. Day-to-day spending comes from the second account. This separation stops the overdraft reflex before it starts. You're no longer seeing a big number arrive and spending accordingly. The trigger is gone. Combined with your buffer, this breaks the cycle for most people within 60 to 90 days. Step 4 is a call most people never make because it feels uncomfortable. Call your bank. If your overdraft is costing you money in fees or interest, you probably have more negotiating power than you think, especially if you've been a customer for several years. Ask about 3 things specifically. A fee-free or interest-free overdraft option. A lower interest rate on what you currently owe. Any hardship or financial difficulty programs that might be available to you. Banks often have options they don't proactively advertise. If your bank isn't helpful, compare alternatives. Several banks currently offer switching incentives with cash bonuses and much better overdraft terms than they offer existing customers. Step 5 matters as much psychologically as it does practically. Once you've built your buffer and you're no longer relying on the overdraft, start actively reducing the limit. Call your bank every 2 or 3 months and bring it down by a small amount, from 1,000 to 800, then 500. Keep going. 2 things happen when you do this. The temptation disappears, because a lower limit means less room to fall back into the old pattern during a stressful month. And you send a signal to yourself that you're actually moving forward rather than just pausing. The limit shrinking is visible proof that the trap is losing its grip. Getting out of your overdraft for good takes between 3 and 9 months for most people following these steps, depending on the size of the overdraft and how quickly you can build the buffer. It's not overnight, but every step makes the next one easier. Audit your outgoings, cut the forgotten ones, build the buffer gradually, change your mental payday, negotiate with your bank, shrink the limit as you stop needing it. Do them in that order, and the overdraft that has felt permanent will become a memory. That's a promise. Subscribe to MoneyPatch and we'll be here every week with the next step. Small steps, big change.